very good. Nice shirt, too.
Thank you.
Okay, well, these two ladies enjoyed it, so let's get some feedback from the orchestra.
Go.
Great energy. Yeah. There's one little thing.
Okay.
You have this
She's going to say.
you have this thing on your. It's usually on the fourth beats or the upbeats, like a pretty big twitch on the upbeats. Do you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And it's a little distracting from everything else is great. I think. I mean, it felt really comfortable tempo and all that, but that was a little bizarre.
Just going up a little.
It seems like it might just be
much.
like a tick or something in your conducting.
I get to see it.
You will get to see it.
Yeah.
That's what the video is for. So,
Absolutely.
comments? Oh, I'm sorry.
Perhaps I shouldn't risk saying this because I'm probably going to run into you on a gig very soon, and you're very likely to be the conductor. I guess it's very, very good. There's a thing that you're doing with your left hand
Okay.
that is the kind of thing that musicians talk about at the water cooler. There's no way to explain it except that I don't know quite what it is you're trying to get, except perhaps to get my attention. But it's very distracting and it's a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it feels like there's something coming over into my space. It distracts me, and then I go, why does he do that? For a moment. So,
Okay.
Whatever that is that
I
you're
think
doing
it's just jazzing out a
you
little
don't,
too much.
you just don't
Jazzing
need that.
You know,
Just don't need that.
Yeah.
Whatever that thing was, because it comes right at the first violins.
Yeah.
You can say it's okay. I
It's
won't let them
wonderful,
hurt you.
otherwise it just sounds great. We sound good with it.
I thought it sounded good. It was good too. It was a good tempo, and I thought maybe just when you give the downbeat at the very beginning, or whenever there's a downbeat to a certain section, maybe you can breathe in the pickup to give us more if you breathe in the tempo, then we can know. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Okay.
However, that breath should be silenced.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you were on a scoring session, you will get feedback. What was that? You're pleading the fifth. Okay. Comments?
There was a part where you were playing forte maybe fortissimo, and everybody was sort of coming down because it was a crescendo coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you should probably leave some more space for that one to come in, because I was wondering where you were going to go for that.
It was like a little too big where it shouldn't have been so big.
Coming right into that one,
Okay.
I think.
Anyone else? Okay, I want to ask a question. What about the sound of the ensemble here?
It was large and energetic. It reflected what he was doing.
All right, now here is my thing. I'm delighted to. I really did not know this was going to happen, but I'm absolutely delighted that I had you up next, just in terms of the contrast in sound. Okay, the next time anybody tells you that conducting doesn't matter, the mere fact that we have this much of a contrast in sonority between the only thing the music is the same. Okay. The only contrast we have here is one conductor and another conductor. And there's a very big difference in the sound that the ensemble makes. And this happens regardless of click, regardless of who the orchestra would be, the skill level of the orchestra, the conductor does make a difference. So I'm delighted that we have this difference illustrated to us right here in the very first session of instrumentalists on the very first day. That's great. Now, tell me about that sound. Somebody said it was strong. It was together.
It was more open.
More open meaning.
The sound was less covered. It resonated a little bit more, and the sounds were a little brighter, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to be careful. Okay. First of all, although I promised I wouldn't go into this, this is a different style of music than the Wagner, which the horn player next door was playing.
That's right.
Okay. You are when you plant yourself in one place, you're a big guy, and you make a very big sound naturally. Okay. This was not yet over the top, but it was beginning to clip the edge of being a little bit out of the box for the style of this music. One of the reasons why is that you do fling your arm out on two. On three. On three. I'm still in the three pattern from last week. Okay, you'll see on the tape that you go 1, 2, yeah. And so we've got this 1, 2, wham, 1, 2, wham, 4, 1, 2. One way of controlling that is again roll the handle up as we talked about. Okay, instead of using so much wrist or turning your hand over, try using your forearm with the wrist as a shock absorber at the end. Okay, we'll give you a squarer pattern where the impulse of sound and the speed of the stick is commensurate and relates to the rest of the strokes of the bar. Okay, what we're getting now is a controlled 1, a fairly controlled 2, and then an out of control 3, or what I'm perceiving is an out of control 3, and then you kind of rein it back in on 4, which is I think what you are seeing. You know, you kind
Four's
of,
kind of woo.
Yeah.
yeah, because you're bringing
That's what
this
I was
back in
thinking.
together.
Because it's so far out here, it's going woo.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Now, basically what should happen is that, you know, the bows of the strings should just be, I mean, they should have 8-foot bows to play your third beat in every pattern. They can't do it, so they automatically have to ignore what you're doing
Right.
and sort of reflect the shape somehow. And what's happening is that the sound is actually becoming almost, I use this word very carefully because it's not quite that bad, almost a little bit grotesque for the music, okay? Not that you're grotesque, just that the sound is beginning to get that kind of strenuous. Let's control it. Let's do it again. And I love your tempo and I love the intensity. Okay? Now, we'll talk about the other part.